going to use this one because otherwise I'm not sure about that. My name is Dr. Shumow. I come from Florida International University, Miami, Florida, in the United States. First, let me just say it's a real pleasure to be here with you all this morning. The title of our panel is The Peril and Promises of Digital Media and Democracy. We have some really interesting discussants and research that will be presented this morning, and I hope you enjoy it. I think it's very timely. I think a lot of what we're going to talk about relates not only to the situation here, but globally in terms of democratic change, democratic movements, how social media is changing journalism, how journalism is changing democracy, and vice versa, and some of the challenges and promises that exist. I'm here at this second in place of our Dean, Raul Reyes at the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. He unfortunately became very ill at the last minute and had to cancel his visit. But we are here in his place, myself and my colleague, Martin Piamet. I'll present the rest of the panelists as we go along. But I wanted to first present a few slides to you that Dr. Reyes sent to me. Looking first at a few studies that have been done. These are fairly Anglo-specific, particularly to the United States. Looking at how social media and digital media are sort of changing the face and the shape of journalism in the United States, but I think a lot of the findings probably relate and translate globally to Turkey, to Europe, and around the world. So I'm going to share those, and then we'll present the rest of the panelists. I've asked everybody to try to keep their talks between 10 to 12, possibly 15 minutes. We'd like to have some time at the end for questions, for discussion, for a little back and forth between the panel. And it's so wonderful to see such a large group of students here. I think for us, we're all faculty, we all teach, and to have a size of students, I'll just echo our keynote speaker. It's really a pleasure to see so many of you here, along, of course, with our distinguished colleagues. But we really love seeing this many students here to share with us in this process. So thank you to Coachella University for having us. And let me just briefly move through a few of the slides that Dr. Reyes sent to me. So Dr. Reyes is looking at the impact of social media. Is this? Yes, excellent. On journalism and journalists. And a few studies, as I mentioned, that have been taking place in the United States just in the past year or two. This is from the Knight Foundation and the Pew Center. We did a study of social media and news consumption. So asking a broad sample of people who use social media, how are they consuming news? Okay, because we know the news landscape is changing, and of course that has implications for democracy. And we think of journalism as the fourth estate, the watchdog, the checks, right, on those in power. And so this is some of those findings. 50% of Facebook and Twitter users, 62% of Reddit users get their news on social media. This is a huge shift. 78% get their news by apps. Right? So this is a huge indication of sort of the changing way we consume